Right, hopefully I'm not private this time, because I tried to do YouTube live earlier and it was in private settings, so let's hope this time I'm not private. I think it takes a minute, only takes a minute. So I'm live from my conservatory, just having a little test. Little test on full moon Thursday to see what happens. Honestly, I've been streaming for years, but... Oh, Scott's in the building. Right, yeah, so it's about a minute, isn't it, that it takes to tune in to go live and for everybody to come in. That makes sense. Hi, Scott. Look, let's give you a little wave. Does that work? Oh, no, that's just you waving at me. Hi. Welcome to my conservatory. So, yeah, I'm just having a little test on YouTube Live to see what goes on. Good evening, Reese. How are you doing? Welcome to my conservatory. It's a beautiful day. Let me just show you around for a minute. Hold on, see if I can get this to work. Oh, right, I'm plugged in so I can't move too far. As you can see, well, you can't see it very well because of the reflection. There's my messy shed. Nobody wants to see my messy shed, really, do they? So, it is full moon Thursday. It's full moon throwback Thursday, and I thought I'd pop in and see what happens on YouTube Live on the phone. Reese, you've messaged me on Facebook page. Which Facebook page? On my Sasha Wall one? On my normal profile? I haven't seen it, Reese. Apologies if you think I'm ignoring you, because I'm really not. But I haven't seen your message. But thanks for messaging me. Guess what? I thought I'd treat myself to an espresso martini, because I have been going through all kinds of shizzle. And it's nearly the weekend, and I deserve it. Not that I'm one to advocate unhealthy drinking, but you know. So, would you like to ask me anything? Have we got anybody tuned in? We've got a few people tuned in. And bless you, Scott. Honestly, I had absolute fucking nightmare over the last 4 years. Cheers, Sue. Sue's having a wine. Cheers, Sue. Cheers to us. Cheers to life. Cheers to this beautiful day. And thank God we're alive. Because too many of my friends aren't. I don't know if you've just seen on Facebook, but I just posted. So I've got like a ridiculous amount of connections. And every time I open my Facebook, I'm seeing people posting about people dying. It's quite astonishingly graphic. Is anybody else experiencing this, or is it just me? I saw one girl I know called Chloe Sinclair that posted a couple of, maybe 3 days ago, that she'd lost, and she's younger than me, that she'd lost 4 friends in 4 weeks. I'm seeing all kinds of loss and grief, and it's so abnormal. And I've been saying that we are in the middle of a spiritual war. I hope we're coming to the end of it, but for the last 4 years it's been a spiritual war for me. Regarding whistleblowers, Reese, so one everyone can follow, I think it is my personal one, which is facebook.com/Sasha Wall is the main one. If you message me on there, hopefully it will get to me. Scott's Scott's sitting there waiting for a train home. If this one, honestly, I used to be a commuter. I used to get on the train all the time. I used to commute from Essex to London every day. Then I lived in various parts of London and travelled around. I used to drive around. I'm so glad I do not do the traffic travel commuting any longer. I have been working from home pretty much for 18 years now. So Reese is saying that Facebook is full of people passing. It is. It's like passing Facebook. Reese lost his nan in December, and she was his everything. My nan was my everything as well. My nana Betty. I am really sorry for your lost, Reese. Her husband left her to pass. So, this is the truest sense of where I'm at the moment. So, I've been experiencing a huge amount of loss, and this all kicked off for me on the 30th of October 2020, the actual loss, with the death of my husband's brother. And apart from that, there wasn't much loss happening at that point. And then the jab kicked in, and all of this has kicked in, and then it's just been like a free flow of loss. Now, I don't know what the suicide statistics are at the moment, but I know that people aren't getting the right help. But I also know that it's a murderer's dream when isolation, all of these kind of things kick in, and unfortunately in this world there's a lot of people doing really horrible things and being really evil, and that's what I've come to experience. And I swear to God, I'm just here to save lives now. I'm 50 years old, and I truly don't want to see so many people going before their time for whatever reason. Scott's train journey is only 8 minutes. My train journey from Benfleet to Fenchurch Street used to be 45 minutes on a good day. On a bad day, you could get stuck there for ages. If there was leaves on the line, do you remember the leaves on the line? Or it was too cold and everything had like frozen. And these kinds of things that used to happen when I was a commuter. And back then when I was Essex girl. I'm currently living in Sussex now. I'm no longer in Essex, but I am originally from Essex. As many of my YouTube followers know, that I'm born and bred Essex girl. A lot went on in Essex back in the day, mate. A lot. Nah, Scott Ace MacGyver. So first of all, Scott, I have to ask you this: do you remember the programme MacGyver? I loved that programme. MacGyver was like this ingenious guy that could solve any problem with anything that was to hand. So like, if he needed to get out of a problem, then he would use this to get out of it somehow. Oh my God, MacGyver was amazing. Ace MacGyver always makes me think of that. So Scott, I would like to thank you for all your support and for connecting me with Yummy Bee. And it is support that makes all the difference in this world. The reason that many people are losing a feeling, or deaths of despair, let's put it like that. Deaths of despair are off the chart, especially in the younger generations and with guys. And I see this so much, and it's so sad. People are being failed, traumatised, triggered, left for dead and nobody caring, people dying and them just going, oh, they've killed themselves, next. And it's just shocking. That's what I don't like. It is shocking, and I don't think that this is something that we should just be kind of brushing under the carpet. So, heartbreak in families. What we are dealing with, and it is something I feel very strongly about, is a influx in narcissism. And narcissism in family dynamics is incredibly destructive, incredibly dangerous, and really does fuck with your head, basically. Love and discernment is the superpower against narcissism, especially in families. Narcissism is a coping strategy in people that have experienced all kinds of different kinds of abuse, or not had their needs met in childhood. They're not emotionally grown. They're not able to handle themselves in public. And there is a lot of jealousy, a lot of materialism, and a lot of really, really deep-rooted, destructive human problems that are going on in families. Now, that's not okay. In fact, have you read, or has anybody heard of Dr. Gabor Mate? So love is the superpower. Love is the superpower, and knowledge is also power, and understanding psychology and understand how we're all human, how we're all the same in various of the traits, but how we've also got the freedom of choice. And the freedom of choice is really, really, it's our superpower gift that we've been given. Fat Blokes Ferguson. All right, Fat Blokes Ferguson. All right, love. So, family narcissism, family scapegoating, family abuse is the biggest problem in our society, especially in the UK. Hello, Alex, do you want to say it? Come and say hello to everybody on YouTube. Right, so, are you going to say hello? This is Alex. Now, if you ever got a problem and you need some joy and some love, then all you need to do is go Alex Cuddles, isn't it? Say hello to YouTube. Say hello. Meow. Don't think she wants to say hello at the moment. No, she's going out. So Scott's off to get his train. Don't miss your train, Scott. See you on the other side. Reese, my mum was on drugs and my dad was a smoker. Don't get me wrong, I had a good upbringing, but it mentally killed me. She robbed me for money, beat me up in my later teens. Reese, thank you for sharing that with us, and my heart goes out to you. It's so difficult in this world when you talk about trauma and people will talk about things that happened, and a lot of people aren't able to deal with it, and also aren't able to understand it. I don't know why people watch this kind of shit on the TV all the time. It's actual real life. Loads of problems in families happen. They don't get addressed. Some people get help, some people don't. And these impact us psychologically. And this is what the myth of normal is all about. If you have experienced severe trauma, then this is going to really, really help you. It's a big book. You don't have to read the whole book. It's quite small writing. I'm a bookworm. But Dr. Gabor's understanding on childhood trauma, healing and all of that is incredibly insightful, incredibly helpful, and I highly recommend you go and follow him on YouTube because he's brilliant. Illness, health and healing in a toxic culture. There's so much toxicity out there, and this is literally sucking people dry. That's what narcissism does. It doesn't have empathy, it doesn't have compassion, it has no level of feeling for another person. They are shut off, they're disconnected and from their soul, and so they will do anything to anybody to get what they want and to make themselves feel good. Their guilt and anxiety underneath in narcissists is so deeply destructive to that person and to anybody else that is having to deal with a relationship in that kind of family dynamic. I haven't really spoken that much about how that plays out in my life, in my childhood, in recent times, but the last 4 years has been a full-blown serious lesson in understanding covert malignant narcissism. And thank you for joining me, and because I'm only just getting started on YouTube. I've been streaming for 12 years, 13 years, but I've always been doing radio shows and music and all of that kind of thing. Good evening, JW. How you doing, my son? Cheers to you. All right, here's the truth, love, justice. And if you have just tuned in, then say hello. Come on, come say hello. I'm just getting kind of warmed up for smashing loads of truth onto YouTube without getting struck off, which is always good fun. So Reese is telling me his story of his childhood, and these stories are so powerful, and people understanding how these dynamics play out and how they affect us are so healing to others when we know we're not alone. And I recognise how these things affect us all the way through our lives, and by talking about them and sharing them, it really does help to heal us. It's a superpower, it's an alchemy. My brother-in-law unfortunately died on the beach on the 30th of October 2020, and his death and the circumstances around it are still to be actually revealed, truly. But one thing I do know is this. Tim was a hugely big-hearted brother that had helped loads and loads of people. And one of the last things he said in a letter, or one of the things that we have in a letter, and he said that when strangers come together in complete chaos, we become an unstoppable force. He said that on the 9th of May 2020. Somehow he ended up dead on the beach on the 30th of October 2020. Since that day, and since the day the police knocked on my door, my life has been turned upside down. But it has taken me on a seriously spiritual journey, a learning lesson. It's been the biggest test of my life, and I can't begin to describe the sadness that I feel for people that are alone in this. I'm really lucky I've got my husband and he's got me, and so when his brother died, we had each other. I would hate to think what would have happened to him if he'd been alone, like Tim was. And it's when true isolation happened, when people are completely left isolated and on their own, that really, really bad things can happen. I have so many people that I've known over the years and so many connections that I know many, many people that have experienced suicide very close to them. I tried to kill I overdosed when I was 14 years old, 14 and a half years old. I banged a load of tranquilizers that the doctor had kindly given me because I was hyperventilating. And one thing I remember, and one thing that's always saved me, is this. When I came round, I was so bloody thankful that it hadn't worked. And I vowed that day that I would never do anything like that again. And that however bad things felt, from the age of 14, I'm like, I love life. And I love every day. And I love talking to everybody out there. And I love sharing stuff with everybody. And I love life, basically. And just think, if that had worked when I was 14 years old, cat's just gone mental. None of the, I wouldn't have experienced all the mad things that I've experienced, and however hard it's been. That's just life. You've got to be the hero of your own journey and your own life. So James said, I'll share this with you, Sasha. My mum passed away during lockdown, and because of the restrictions, I wasn't allowed into the hospital to say goodbye. I had to do it over an iPad. James, my actual heart goes out to you. Right? This is disgusting. It should never be happening. The way people have been treated in the last 4 years is sick. They are traumatising people on purpose. I know, James, that your mother's spirit is with you in every way, in every day. Remember this, and this is something that I've learned over the last 4 years. When our loved ones, the people that we've shared true love with, pass into the next dimension and transition to the other side, the love becomes stronger. And I have no actual doubt about this. The love actually becomes stronger. That channel becomes pure. It becomes divine. And your mother's love, James, is a super spirit power right by your side every step of the way. Don't let anybody invalidate you, put you down, dismiss you, deny you. You know your truth. You know your spirit. You know your heart. And you're a strong guy, I can tell it. Reese Smith says, my kids and fiance are why I keep fighting my demons. So Reese, remember this. Your kids, and that is very commendable, and that's brilliant. But remember this. The demon, we all have Wetiko, the demon kind of inside that can tempt us and can lead us into temptation. Those demons are there often because of trauma. If you're unable to control them, that's generally why. Remember this, give yourself the self-worth because that's the most important thing you can do for your children. Show them that you're strong, brave, courageous, and you understand that we can make wrong decisions and that the devil can try and lead us into temptation, but that you're a strong, wise, emotionally grown person. And it's all keep on learning, keep going through that emotional growth. Good evening, Kerry Gilsonan. Hi, welcome to my conservatory. I am building up my confidence, so thank you all for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, then please do subscribe. The more I can get a little bit of confidence, the more I'll be on here. I've been knocked so many times in the last 4 years that it's been incredibly difficult, but I can say that I am here, I'm strong, and we are all worth it. You are worth it, Reese. It's not your shame and it's not your blame and it's not your fault. Does everybody know about sage? So we have auras. So we have our physical body, and then we have lots of other auras. And spiritual attack is a real thing because it's energy. And so if you need to clean your aura, then I highly recommend you use sage. Try not to set light to the house. I'm good at that. Good evening, Brian. How are you doing? Nice to see you, nice. We are burning up in the conservatory. So yeah, this is my first YouTube live on my phone. I thought I'd see how it worked on the phone, see what's going down, do some burning. So here's a question. Who knows what Burning Man is? Has anybody been to Burning Man? Does anybody know what Burning Man is? Anybody that knows me know I like bore everybody about Burning Man, but I got married at Burning Man. So anybody know what Burning Man is? Let me know. Oh, Brian's got a podcast coming out on Sunday. So is it a podcast or is it just you, Brian? Or, tell me more about your podcast. So, Kerry, just go on to eBay or Amazon or anything and just get some white sage. And Palo Santo is really good as well. But the aroma, and it really does clear the energy and wards off bad, evil, demonic spirits that we don't like. So Brian Richardson. So Brian Richardson is the brother of Craig Rolfe, who was one of the Essex guys that was sadly murdered in Rettendon in 1995. Brian, it's been a long old road. I hope you're well. And I look forward to seeing your podcast coming out Sunday. Do you want to tell me more about it? So Brian's in London with Liam. Liam who? Who's Liam? Tell me more. Sorry, don't know who Liam is. Ferguson. So it's interesting you're talking about Jimmy Savile. So this is what's been going on in our world and our society. Let's get serious for a minute. So Jimmy Savile was one of the worst predators and perpetrators in the media that the BBC knew all about. Now, only after he died did it all come out. And Ferguson says that he spoke out about Savile when he was 42, carried it for years. He's got emotional instability, personality disorders because of it. this is what happens with PTSD survivors. Ferguson, thank you for sharing that with me, and I would love to invite you to get in contact with me. I'm a spiritual healer, and I am wanting to help people who have been emotionally unstabilized by this kind of abuse. Remember this, Ferguson. We love you. It wasn't your fault. You can heal. It is a journey, but you are here. You are worthy, and I really do commend you, because I know how difficult it is with this kind of abuse that people don't want to talk about. And dealing with this kind of abuse, it's like dealing with cults. And cults work in this kind of way as to not, can't speak out about anything. If you do, then believe they will probably come after you or want to shut you down. And that's what I've experienced. Silencing is what I've experienced. Honestly, I've had the police on the phone for the last 3 days. Jokers, mate. Actual jokers. Cat's going absolutely mental in the garden. I don't know why. What are you doing, Alex? Literally going mental. So anyway, Brian's come in to promote his podcast. What are you doing, Cat? Come here. Cat's going crazy. It's interesting. It's an interesting one. So it's full moon Thursday. Come here, Cat. Full moon Thursday. I put a throwback Thursday up on my Facebook today. It was quite interesting. So if you have just tuned in, then hello, Sasha here in my conservatory. Just getting used to YouTube Live. Thought I'd come and say hello. Awful lot going on, and there's an awful lot of synchronicity, and I'm seeing a lot of people from the care system that have been failed and that are coming together now. I was never in the care system, nor was my husband, but my husband's got 20 odd foster brothers and sisters, because his mother was a foster mother. And so I know a few of his foster brothers, and I know an awful lot of people that have come out of care and how they were failed back then and being failed now. My husband is a support worker, senior support worker for kids in care, because he's specially trained and trauma informed, and we really do want to make sure that people aren't giving up and knowing that they can heal. So it's interesting, like, this is how people come back together. It's a strange and weird and wonderful world, but it does work like that. And James and Brian are discussing how they used to live near each other in Vange, Pitsea. So I used to live in Pitsea, commonly known as Shitsea. Shitsea, indeed. The best thing in Pitsea is Tesco's. That is as good as as good as Pitsea gets. Where's Sam? Go and get Sam. See if he's got anything to say. Mate, God knows why I bought a house in Pitsea, but I did. I thought it was a good idea at the time. I must have been on drugs. Come and say hello to the YouTube world. Come on, Alex. Oh, how long have we been on? 35 minutes. Say hello. Say hello. Yes, Kerry. My husband's family is the most interesting story I could have ever believed that I could have ended up in. His brother, now deceased, and himself are amazing. Oh, he's an amazing man, my husband. His brother was an incredible guy, and they have given service to the local community, but sadly there was some serious problems, shall we call them, in the family. How long have I been married? Yeah, give me some questions, that's what I want. So I have been married since 2014. I got married at Burning Man in the Nevada desert in August 2014, 1 year after getting engaged. Good evening, Joe Blue, how are you? Any other questions? So yeah, I've been married since 2014. My husband I met because he was a DJ, well he is a DJ, and I was running a radio station, and he had just come back from Egypt where he had booked 4 of my DJs for Ministry of Sound in Hurghada, Egypt. Booked 4 of my DJs, and then he came back from Egypt just before the revolution, and he applied to join my radio station, and that's how we met. When did I leave Essex? In 2013. Oh, so I'm from Essex. I have been in and out of Essex over the years, but the last time I lived in Essex was in 2013. I was living in Benfleet. Do I miss the 90s? I miss the freedom that we had in the 90s. I truly miss the freedom that we had in the 90s. I don't miss not knowing what was going on, because I had a few lucky escapes. But 1995 was the best year ever for my 20s, mate. Oh my God, 1995 was a year. I miss the 90s and the 80s and the 70s and 60s. How old are you, Brian? So I'm 50. I was 50 in December. My family's from Essex. It makes you feel really old when you start going, oh, I wish it was the 60s or the 70s or the 80s. That makes you feel really old. There's good things and there's always yin and yang. There's good things and the bad things about then and now. I like to look forward rather than back, and that's important for me. 62. Sorry if I said that. Sorry, Brian. Sorry if I said that in the wrong way. I'm a Capricorn, so yeah, I'm an old goat, me. So I'm a Capricorn. Brian Richardson is 62, and we don't know what star sign he is. He hasn't told us. Me and Sue are talking about star signs, because it is full moon Thursday. I'm gonna go and gaze at the full moon soon. Was Bernard with any other underage girls at Raquel's? No doubt. Could be any Bernard. Honestly, we're not allowed to say. We have to say Voldemort. Voldemort doesn't like being named, so, and I can't be asked with his bloody strikes. Strike. He is like Voldemort and Darth Vader. A fat version. Sorry. Brian's 52. 1988, started raving, bring back disco biscuits in summer. Yeah, innit? Brian feels 21. Yeah, that's the spirit, Brian. You know this. Brian's a Scorpion. Or Scorpio. Was Voldemort with Emma before she turned 16? I don't actually know. But, well, he says he was. He says he was on his, oh God. Honestly, people just don't realise how bad it all is and how fucked up it all is. And I'm a little bit bored of the bullshit that's going backwards and forwards about it. I really hate violence. I really hate horror. I really hate all of this stuff. I'm not a hater, but I really just don't like all of this kind of abuse and it carrying on and people playing bullshit games and all of this. It's just not for me, and I haven't got time for it. Like, so people that are causing destruction, devastation, deliberately manipulating narrative, all of that for me are really dangerous, and I don't take it lightly. It's not just about physical violence, it's about emotional and psychological violence as well. Low lives, yeah. Really dodgy. James is a Libra. So I would really like to build up my YouTube so that I can take everybody on the spiritual journey and my spiritual guide journey. I've been learning the Gene Keys spiritual guide path for 2 years and 5 months now, and it's really helped me, and I want to pass that on to other people. So if anybody would like to be my Gene Key guinea pig, then just get in touch. Brian, Taurus. So Taurus, my loves of my life generally. So all 3 loves of my life. Lee was my childhood love of my life. Tom was my next love of my life. My husband is my 3rd love of my life, and they are all Taurus. They are indeed. Your past makes you a better person. Your biggest test is your biggest triumph. Joe wants to be a Gene Key guinea pig. Excellent. Joe, message me in some way or form, or I'll hit you up, and I'll take you on a Gene Key journey. It's not woo woo or woo bar. It's all scientific. It's science mixed with the I Ching, mixed with astrology, mixed with Buddhism, all kinds of spiritual teachings, and it's very mystical as well. But yeah, it's really helpful. Hello, Healing the Silence. Shrikesh, hi, how are you doing? Brian says, do I have any children? No, I've never had any children. I only have cats. Crazy cat lady me. Children, not that I didn't want them, but unfortunately it's not happened for me for all kinds of different reasons, which I won't go into right now, but maybe I will do one day. 50 is a fantastic year. It's been a right year for me already. Nice to see you here in the silence. How do we connect? So you can message me, facebook.com/Sasha Wall, and I am at Sasha iStream on all socials. Other than that, that's iStream with double A. That is my radio station. No, it's not my birthday today. My birthday is, I was a Christmas baby. I was a Christmas gift to the world, and I was born the day after Boxing Day. I'm a Capricorn. We don't own cats, they own us. Cats are great spiritual yogi teachers. That's what I believe. Well, that's what I know. Don't care what anybody else thinks. So 45 minutes. I'm doing quite well, really, aren't I? So if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. If you'd like to tell your friends about me, then get them to subscribe. We need to support each other. I'm definitely not adopting those. No, I don't think they want help from me. Brian says I can adopt Bernard and his son Vinny. No, I'm not going to be doing that. They need some other help. I don't think they want my help, Brian. No, I don't think they want to listen to me. So, anyway, I've got an awful lot going on. Keep a watch on my socials because I am actually here building up my courage because some serious shit going down, man. And I'm going to need everybody's help, support. That will only take a minute if you've only got a minute. I'm not asking for anybody too much time, although thanks for everybody that's been on here with me for the last 46 minutes. Has anybody got any questions before I do one? Any questions? Oh. No, I think that's it. Right, so I'm over out. I'm going to make some dinner. Love to everybody. Keep in touch with me. And Joe, yeah, get in touch with me on Facebook or Twitter. You'll find a way. I know you will. Good night. God bless everybody. Stay strong. All the love, all the power. Yeah, go and check out my police video. I've got lots to say about the police, as you can imagine. Right, let's see how we finish this. Adios. Ciao for now.